Hi guys, welcome back to another brand new video of the series of Python Crash Course where we are going to learn the entire fundamentals of the Python programming language. So in this video, let's get ready to learn the variables and the data types required for writing the codes, which are the backbone of the programming language of Python. So let's get right into it. Now, before that, as I told you in my previous video, that I'll show you a simple code, which is none other than the Hello World code, which is our first code we are going to write. Now, let's get ready. So, what do we want to do? We want to print a message called Hello World. So, let's get right into that. Print Hello World. Now, this message is gonna print our message Hello World right here. Yay! You just got your first code done. Now, what is this print and how is it even working? This is a function which we'll cover in the later videos in the series. Now, just focus on that. We have written a code which returns the value hello world. Now, let's get into the second part of the video, which is the variable. Now, what is a variable? In English dictionary, the variable means that the value varies. Like it is temporary, it's not permanent, it's not constant. Just like that, in this programming world, variable means it's a container basically where you store the values which are not permanent, they're temporary. You can change them whenever you want and wherever you want. So basically, you have a memory here, and one part anywhere the variable you created creates a container or a box where it stores the value you have assigned to that variable in that box or the container. That's it. It is so simple. Now let's get right into it and create a first variable. Now, variable can be anything like A, B, Prajeet, name, age, anything. Now let's create a simple variable name and assign a value of Prajeet. Now this is a variable and we have assigned a string which is a data type which we'll be covering later in this video itself, and this is the value we have assigned for this variable. Now let's print this variable. Print parentheses name variable. Print. See, we have got. So what is happening here? We have created a box named name in the memory. So this box contains the value known as Prajeet. So when we told print the value, what is there in the box called name, it searched for it and it printed the value which is there in the box called name. Now let's quickly create another variable known as age, which is I'm 15 years old, so let's keep 15. Now this 15, have you wondered the difference? We have kept double quotes over here and not over here. Why is that? Because this is a string and this is an integer. You will understand the difference later in this video. So let's print the age as well. Age. So let's run this quick. Yes. So you got Prajeet and 15. So these are the variables. Now you can keep any name to the box or the container you have created, which is known as variable. You can keep A, B, C, D, F, something, blah, blah, blah. It is not advised to do so. You know why? Because many programmers or professional developers usually keep a meaningful, simple name as a variable. For example, here I've kept the value as Prajeet. What is Prajeet? It's a name. So we have kept a meaningful variable name as name because we can easily understand name. Plus, it is simple. If you keep abdg, which is something, it is not. It is complex plus it is meaningless. So remember to keep a meaningful and a simple variable name to keep your code beautiful. So now let's get to the second part of this video, which is the data types. Now, what are the data types? The name itself suggests that the data type. Now, the type of the data is known as the data type. It is so simple. Now, there are 6 types of the data. Now, this is the data. But what type of data it is? It is known as string. This is the integer. Now let's get to them one by one. First one is the integer data type. Integer is represented by the word. Let me just note down here so that you can read it properly. Integer data type is denoted by the name int. So what is this? You can include integers like 1, 100, any of the integers like positive integers, negative integers, and even 0 as well. So let's print an integer real quick. Print 12. You don't need a variable for everything, You can just use the print function, which is a built-in function for the Python programming language, and just print a random integer. And there you go. You got the 12 printed. Now, I'll show you the type of the 12 real quick. Print the type of 12. As you can see, it is integer, int, which I've just discussed. Now, let's get to the second data type, which is the string. Now, we have got a previous example, which is Prajeet, which is known as the string. Now, string is nothing but words or sentences which you use in your normal English, but that is not a number to tell it as an integer. It's a sentence. It is simple English. So let's print a string. Now, for a string, you need to denote it in a single quotes or double quotes or triple quotes, but it is generally advised, and many of the people use double quotes. So let's use that. Python is amazing. Now, this is the string we are going to print. See, this is the string. Now, let's get the type of it. Type yes, it is the string variable. Now, I forgot to mention. So let's quickly recap about the string. String data type is denoted by the value str, as you can see here. Now you can write words, sentences, and anything, or characters, anything. Now let's get to the third one, which is float. My bad. Float. Now it's denoted by float itself. It is denoted by float. Now what is float? Are we floating anything or something? Are we hovering anything? No, nothing like that. It is just a denotation for decimal values like 1.63, 2.1, etc. These are the float values, like the decimals. Now let's quickly print them. Print type of 1.63. Yes. Let's run it. It's float. See, 1.63, it's float. Now, as I told you, not to use the double quotes for integers or any other values. What will be the type? Let's just check it. Like, Python is fun. You usually should have fun. You should try everything out. So let's try it. Let's quickly replace this with 12. Now let's run it. as you can see, is a string. Now, why is that? Everything denoted in within a double quotes, single quotes, or triple quotes will be considered a string by the interpreter or the compiler. So never do that mistake of keeping it in the double quotes. So next is the Boolean value. Boolean is nothing but true or false. Boolean is nothing. It is represented by bool or Boolean. Now, it can be nothing but true or false. Make sure to keep the T and the F capital because it can result in errors if you don't do so. So the true, wait a second, I made a mistake. Yeah. True and false are the only two values which can be considered as the Boolean data type. Now let's quickly try that out. Let's see. Let's create a variable here. Age equals 16. So is he old? He's not old, right? Old equals false. He's not old. So let's print that. Now, type age and type of old. See, we have got the type of old as bool, which we are supposed to get bool. Now, this is what we get, as I've mentioned before, bool, type bool, which is old, which is false. Now, you might be wondering, where is the type age? Where is the integer? Where is the integer value? This is not a system overriding, which is a programming phenomenon, which you'll learn in the upcoming videos of mine. So don't miss those. It is very important concept. Yes. Now the last data type is none. None. Now it is represented by none itself. Now what does this mean? For suppose you create a variable known as A and you just don't know what to keep in that container or that box. So you just leave it. None. That's it. You don't have any value for that and you don't want to keep any value for that. But you need that variable and you present it by none. So print type A. It is known as the none type, as we have discussed. So now these are the data types and the variables in the short and simple manner. Hope you have understood. This is Prajeet signing off. Meet you in the upcoming videos. Goodbye.